Hello, John.
Hello, Oliver.
So today we're going to talk about a new fad. It's really taken off really in the universities in Ireland, and it's unfortunate. It's veganism. So veganism is basically about not eating animal products, and it's about also liberating animals. People forget there's a political movement behind veganism as well, So let's talk about, there's a woman that has died from the vegan diet. So do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, someone called Zanya. I can't understand. She must be from abroad somewhere. It's Sansori or something.
Doesn't matter anyway. Go on, yeah.
Doesn't matter. She was 39 and she died. Now, but she's not the only one. There'll be other ones probably died that are not maybe well known, or that probably an awful lot died from this diet that is just to do with greens and stuff like that, and the nonsense about using the business of animal rights to justify such nonsense. Animals were put in the world by the Creator for mankind, not for to be sort of treated as if they were something special. They're there for a balanced diet, which is meat and poultry and other items of that calibre, and a balanced diet in moderation. So if you sort of, for example, only eat meat and poultry without having vegetables and so on and so forth, it's not balanced. A balanced diet makes sense, and it does make sense, but people that are vegetarians, and I know some, believe it or not, that were nieces of my late wife Judy, and they are vegetarians, and it's just there's no point in taking them anywhere because they don't eat anything, and they don't look good. They look pale-faced, and they don't seem to have any energy to do anything.
Yes, this is
I think it might lead to ME or whatever you call it, which is a business when you're not fit to do anything.
Yeah, so the thing is, I have a few vegan friends, there's a handful of them, about 5 or 6 of them, and they all look very, very unhealthy. They're always yawning, they're really pale, and a lot of them, their hair is falling out, okay? So this is
and of course they're skinny. Do they realise, did they ever look in the mirror, or did they think to see a stout person when a ghost is looking at them, practically a skinny looking...
Yeah, and they look like as if their skin has the complexion of someone that's dead. So
pasty-faced.
Pasty-faced. They look like somebody, like when you go to a funeral home and you see somebody laid out, they have that look on the skin.
They have, and it's like common sense tells you that you need a balanced diet, but whatever sort of influence these ones have, whatever sort of bug that hits them, and sometimes in their teens, because they're floundering and they don't know whether they're coming or going. It's a very unstable period in a person's life. They're in school and they're growing up, and they're between childhood and manhood in the case of male or female, and so that's a very bad time to be making decisions of any kind. Some of them now are being pressurised into sort of this business of the changing your sex, and it's becoming kind of like popular. Because the ones that are this, that or the other in that area, wanting to be something other than their biological business, they're suffering from depression and regretting their decision. But you cannot make a decision when you're young. If you're an adult in your late 20s or 30s and you actually are an adult and behave like an adult, well then if you want to make a decision to alter your biological things, that's your decision. And if somebody cooperates in allowing it to come about, you'll regret it somewhere along the line. But you see, if a thing is publicised the way it is in the media, they're putting poor people astray. And like the vegan, beg your pardon, so I don't know much about it, except that I know that ones that have it are not jolly. They're never going around with a smile on their face. They look like warmed up, I don't know what.
That's it, and I think it's like, for a lot of them it's a fad, but the other thing as well is, of course, they try and buy products, and the products that they're buying, for example, they buy cheese, vegan cheese, which obviously doesn't have any dairy input, okay? But the thing about it is there's so many chemicals in their foods. They buy vegan sausages, okay?
Yeah.
And there's such chemical concoctions inside a lot of them that you'd wonder, like, are they safe at all,
Correct and right. No, you see, this is it. What they're buying, for example, vegetables and lettuces are not produced as much locally as they used to be, with the dirt on them when you take them out. A friend of mine brings me lettuce, and I'm not that fond of it. I generally give it to somebody else. But it's natural. It's grown in their land. But the lettuce that you buy in supermarkets and the various things, where they are coming from, they have to be dealt with in such a way as to have them looking good. But there'd be a lot of other things to keep them in that shape. Like, as you rightly say, you don't know where they've been produced. They could have been produced in swamps, in manure heaps, and all the rest of it. So you don't know. So the thing is that they might be taking what they're taking and think it's doing them good, and mightn't be doing them good at all. I think they should be advised, and it's a fad that young people take before they're mature, and then kind of they feel they need to stick to it, even when they might know better.
I think what it is that anybody who's going to become a vegan, it should be standard practice that they should be encouraged to take a course on nutrition.
Correct.
Because it's such a severe difference to go from being a person who's eating meat and veg every day to becoming a vegan. Okay, you could end up malnourished and with mental health issues.
Correct. And suffering from depression.
Yeah.
And maybe lack of sleep.
Yeah.
Because you're not having the balanced diet. And so they would need to be, when they contemplate that, need to talk to a nutritionist and take what they have to say and not sort of disobey it, because that means you're going against common sense and what's good for your health.
Exactly.
I mean, vegans, what they're doing is not good for their health.
No.
So it doesn't seem to have dawned on them. They think it is good for them, but it's not. Yeah.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you very much, Oliver.